Hi and welcome to the demo of HoneyShield. So just to explain what this is it's a Python app that I've built which utilizes open source binaries, which for the purpose of what we want as essentially is a honeypot, which is waiting for connections via SSH to connect to the device. And then the next thing we wanted to do was then establish what that device is on the network. So if I give a live demo, if I view results, as you can see, there's some IPs in here, and then we're going to try it with a new IP address. So if you imagine this is a new device that has been infected with a botnet, the first thing it's probably going to try and do is reach out to other devices on the network and try and connect to them by SSH and try and brute force them. So I'll start just by confirming the IP address of this device, which, as you can see here, it's 10.1.0.8. And also just to confirm, that is not showing on that list at the moment. It will only appear when it detects a connection. So if I was to SSH onto the test box, and this test box could be repurposed onto a Raspberry Pi, and we can also set it up so that all the services just start up on startup. So there's nothing to remember, there's nothing to log in. It's just literally plug in and away we go. So if I do admin, and then if I do the IP address of this box, of the box in question, which would be the Raspberry Pi. Okay, and if I just do some test passwords just to simulate a brute force. Okay, there's three incorrect attempts. It'll only need one, and it should pick it up, but just for good measure, it's on three. Okay, so now back to the app. If I was to refresh this page, so if you go back, first of all, it'll tell you if the status is active, and then we'll be able to have an address that people can go to, and then they'll just click view results, and then there you go. There's 10.1.0.8 now appearing in the list, and we can see the date stamp and the timestamp, so we know that it is the one in question. And there's two buttons. So the investigate button, if we click this, what that will do is investigate it in real time. And all it's doing in the background here is doing an Nmap scan. So that Nmap scan is going to look for a couple of things. It first of all, it'll look for the host name, which is quite important. The host name, you should be able to glean a lot by that. If it's a laptop, it might say desktop, something. If it's an Internet of Things device, it probably be self-evident. In this case, it hasn't detected the operating system with 100% certainty. That'll be because it's an Azure VM and the security will be pretty good. But if you try that on an IoT device, I would imagine it'll probably detect exactly what it is. The MAC address, that's really important because you can conclusively identify the device from that. So if you suspect that it is something and then you find the MAC address, you will be able to match that up and, definitely be able to tell that is the device. The open ports, I'll need to do a little bit of work on that for this to show up at the top, but they are captured in here, so we can see that's open by we've got they've got a couple of ports open, 22, which is SSH. And that again will be a dead giveaway because if they've got open ports, the chances are they've likely been breached in the first place to have those open ports. And then it also does a guess on the operating system. So in this instance, it's taken a guess and it with 92% certainty that it is a Linux device, which is correct, but it's not conclusive, so it won't appear in this operating system at the top there unless it is. Okay, so that is the investigation results. The next thing is the log file. So if you go to a view log file, I don't really expect end users to be looking in here, but it is a way of us telling a bit more information. So for example, we'll be able to see the username. So we can see that was logged on with admin in this test case. But it also will tell us stuff like remote SSH version, which is version 2. It's managed to pick that up. And it's also done a better job of getting the operating system, which is Ubuntu, which is bang on. And that is it in a nutshell. So thanks for watching.